Boneseed. It's that nice, pretty yellow flower that you see, probably one of the first yellow flowers on the Port Hills in spring. Usually in August. Was a little bit later this year.
Okay.
And it comes in flower just before the broom does.
Yeah.
And it's a lighter, more golden yellow.
Okay.
From Sumner round to Dyer's Pass, hills there are just a mass of it up the side of the tunnel motorway.
And that's this?
And that's all this Boneseed, which once again is a garden plant. It's very easy to grow in dry conditions. People swapped it around and said, get this, it'll grow in your garden, you won't have to worry about watering it.
So it used to be sold in nurseries?
I'm guessing so. I don't know that for a fact, but unless somebody's just brought it back in the country, many years ago, and it's been swapped around since, I would say at some stage it's probably been sold. I don't know whether the camera can see that or not, but that's that quite light yellow flower, and then it has little berries on it about now that start off green, little round berry about so big. And then they go black, and once again the birds like them, especially the blackbirds seem to really like Boneseed and shift it around.
So that's the main way that it spreads?
Yes,
through the birds.
And they grow up quite tall plants.
And what sort of damage does it do?
Well, mainly just tends to crowd everything out, and at this stage we haven't seen many native trees grow underneath it, and that's probably because of the environment it grows in, where it's really, really dry. So most of our natives that are in that environment are small ground-hugging plants or grasses and tussocks. So,
but it can still be quite damaging to them.
Well, it will. It'll crowd. Basically just takes over their environment. So, and also when you walk through it, it's got a little downy stuff on it. You can get quite itchy afterwards. It's not a lot of fun.
No. So how do we control it?
Once again, the good old cut and stump treat. It's also reasonably easy to kill spraying with a herbicide. Your glyphosate, your Roundups, once again, those types. Gorse sprays, they'll all work quite well on it. Dig it out, hand pull it when they're small. Anything up to about that size you can yank out of the ground usually, not too bad. And there has been a biological control brought in, was first released about 18 months or so ago. Unfortunately, we're not finding it having established, and they're $5,000 a pop for a release. So
what are they?
They're a little caterpillar, and they, if they do establish, certainly in the laboratory out at Lincoln, they've been quite good, and they're a leaf roller, so they roll those tips up, and in South Africa where they come from, they can do quite a lot of damage to the plant. So it might just be early days yet, or maybe they don't like our climate. So so we've still got our fingers crossed on that one, and we'll still spend some more of the ratepayers' money buying some more and trying to get them established. So they're a bit expensive to start with, but once you can get them established, then they do the work for you. So.
And it's pretty easy to identify with those bright yellow flowers.
It is, it really is. And as I say, it's a member of the chrysanthemum family. So the flowers are like little chrysanthemum flowers, and it just has masses of them. And they're about the first yellow shrub in flower in Christchurch anyway in the spring. So, they were a wee bit later this year, which was probably a reflection of our spring, but normally about mid-August or even the end of July sometimes, and they're starting to come into flower.